What is going on, everybody? My name is Ethan. Welcome back to HardCap Games. Another episode here on the channel today, people. Today of another week of AFG Pokemon Draft League. I am your coach of the Detroit Cobalions, and we are back once again to take on our next opponents. Now, today we are taking on the New York Jirachis and their coach Armania, who has a pretty intimidating team. And we're going to go over in just a second, but if you guys enjoy, leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new. Let's get into a little bit of a team builder. I want to move through these faster because I noticed that I've been taking forever with these team builders. And this one's going to be a little bit shorter because this is not my best team I've ever constructed. Full honesty. I think we have a good chance of winning if we play right. The only thing I'm really scared of is really Cresselia and Goodra, and I'll explain why in a second. But we can see down below the team right there. We have our Pokemon, and you may notice we made a swap. We have dropped Azelf, and we've picked up Gallade. Gallade's going to put in a ton of work for us in the last couple weeks of the season here, so I'm very excited to have Gallade on board, especially with sharpness. Going to be coming in clutch today. We'll see that in a sec. So chien-pao, one of the best Pokemon in the meta. I'm honestly shocked it's allowed in the meta, because it's just that good. It's a dark ice type, gets access to Crunch, Sucker Punch, Sacred Sword, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, like all these crazy good moves. It doesn't get a ton of coverage. It gets a good amount though. Gudra Hisui has the ability to completely wall most Amoonguses, which you might find weird as to why I'm bringing Amoongus. But with the ability Sap Sipper and the Steel typing, Amoongus kind of just gets walled by this thing. There's a chance he brings Shell Armor instead of Sap Sipper, anticipating maybe like crits coming from Gallade. He maybe want to take that on. He's not going to want to do that. I'll show you that in a sec. Thundurus, this is Terra Captain. It can be either Ice or Flying type. It has Defiant and Prankster. If it has Defiant, it makes things a little more tricky for us. I'm anticipating it probably to have Defiant. I don't see this thing running a setup or like anything other than an attacking setup. Haxorus comes in and is able to just kind of hit things really hard. It has Mold Breaker, which is a really good ability. Gets rid of all my abilities. Donphan with Sandveil is not coming. Donphan with Sturdy is most certainly coming. I have to anticipate Donphan being here as one of the only rock setters on the team, I believe. Cresselia has Levitate, and Cresselia's, you guys might know, is just a defensive monster. It's so obnoxious to try and take down a Cresselia. But our end game for today is just get rid of everything else and then chip away at Cresselia until it's out of moves, and then we can beat it. Grimmsnarl really is not coming unless it's... There's two ways Grimmsnarl comes. Either it's going to set up a Reflect and a Light Screen, or it's going to just try and be really obnoxious with some moves like Spirit Break and whatnot. Alomomola actually is one of the kills getters for this team. This team is 1 and 2, by the way, and Alomomola has one of their kills. So fascinating. Regenerator is annoying, but we have Amoongus to take care of it. Quillfish gets Intimidate as well, but we have Amoongus to really take care of it. Quillfish never comes without Intimidate. He doesn't have a rain team, so he's not bringing rain. For Swift Swim and Poison Point, doesn't really seem advisable. Frostlass, Curse Body, Snow Cloak, it's tough to beat because it's so fast. And Tauros, Paldean, Blaze gets Cudchew, Anger Point, or Intimidate. I'm anticipating it would be Intimidate if it were to come. So, what are we bringing? Let's check it out. So, first things first, we are bringing Arcanine. Arcanine has the Rocky Helmet and Intimidate, Close Combat, Extreme Speed, Flare Blitz, and Play Rough. Basically, I liked Arcanine's matchup defensively. I didn't love its matchup offensively, but we're bringing Arcanine anyways. Those moves right there are just kind of whatever moves. But one thing I did calc out is that if Thundurus is Defiant, even if I Intimidate it, Wild Charge still doesn't do a whole lot if it's like a physical set for whatever reason, which it could be. It could very well be a physical set. But if it's Wild Charge into Arcanine, it takes that recoil damage plus Rocky Helmet, and then Flare Blitz actually does kill, which is interesting. So if we're sitting across from it, I can actually pretty comfortably click Flare Blitz and do a solid 65%, which isn't horrible. It doesn't really match up well into really anything else other than Thundurus, but it's here, and it's happy to be here for yet another week. Our newest member, Gallade, is kind of goated in this matchup, actually. He's got Sharpness, which ups slicing moves, and we have Psycho Cut and Sacred Sword, Shadow Sneak, and Knockoff with a Choice Scarf. Now, Choice Scarf with 208 Jolly Nature always outspeeds max speed chien-pao, just because of the Scarf. If we lose the Scarf, we don't outspeed anymore, but Sacred Sword does like, I think it's something around 300% to this thing. To that thing. It kills, hold on, let me pull up my, that's here. Sacred Sword hits chien-pao for 340 to 400%, Goodra Hisui for 122 to 144, most builds at least. Haxorus hits for 80 to 94, Grimmsnarl gets hit for 77 to 91, a Terra Ice if that's what were to come. I'm anticipating him being afraid of Landorus a little bit, so maybe Terra Ice is here. If it's Terra Ice, he takes 192 to 226. Psycho Cut hits Thundurus for 74 to 88. Tauros, if it's a defensive set, takes 66 to 78. If it's the typical util attacker set, it's 109 to 130. Frostlass, standard Frostlass set takes 79 to 94. If it's the RU Spike set, which is kind of strange, but that could be 67. Quillfish takes up to 95, and Terraflying takes 88. And Shadow Sneak is there because if chien-pao is banded, then we can knock him down, or sorry, Focus Sash, we can knock him down. We probably take a ton as well, but then later on we can just pick it up with Shadow Sneak because he'll probably go for Sucker Punch. Azumarill is kind of the guy that we're looking to take a lot of things on today. You might notice that it's holding the Kiba Berry. I didn't really see a reason for him to have Assault Vest, and I didn't want to be banded this week. But this set right here just kind of runs through the team. Azumarill with this set, he hits Donphan for 77 to 91 with Liquidation. Tauros gets smoked by it. Play Rough hits chien-pao. Cresselia hits for like 33 max, which isn't great. Haxorus takes 133 from Play Rough. Brick Break hits Goodra for solid amount. Terra Ice dies. I'm kind of afraid of screens coming, so we have Brick Break for that reason. And Aqua Jet obviously is just for priority. I didn't bring Ice Spinner because I think we have better ways of dealing with the things that might be afraid of Ice Spinner. Like, it's either Thundurus or it's Terra Flying. Thundurus is what we're hitting Ice Spinner into, so I didn't think it was necessary. Bring an Aqua Jet for it. Next is Amoonguss, and you might think this is a weird bring this week, but Amoonguss, even though it's hard-walled by Goodra, actually has a little bit of a funny tech. We're bringing Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Stomping Tantrum, and Toxic with no special attack or attack investment whatsoever, with the Black Sludge and Regenerator. Black Sludge recovers a decent amount of health each turn. It's 1/16th, which I believe is the same as Lefties. It's the same as Lefties, but I don't know, it's just a minor optimization. If he tricks that away for whatever reason, he's receiving Black Sludge, not Lefties. I don't know who would trick it away, but he might. And one thing I learned is that if I go for Toxic and he switches in Goodra, which would be the right play to do, Stomping Tantrum does do like 40% back into it on the next turn. Flamethrower does a lot of damage back, but we can kind of switch out and Regenerator that back up. Tinglu has a fun set this week. I'm excited about Tinglu. I think it's going to be funny. Leftovers Tinglu, Earthquake, Payback, Whirlwind, Spite. This thing is how we take down Cresselia. Payback, because you always go second, or because this thing always goes second. It's the slowest thing in the match. Power doubles if the user moves after the target. So if it switches, it doesn't really do much. But if Cresselia goes for Moonlight, or for Moonblast, or for Psychic, or whatever it happens to bring, that's a base 100 power move. and it's physical. I have no physical attack investment here because we are fully specially defensive. We are just going all in on the defense this week. Spite is for if I get it down low enough, I can anticipate it going for Moonlight because every cresselia in the world runs Moonlight, and I can spite it, which drops him from 8. He uses it once, gets him to 7. I drop him again to 3. He can't use it, or yeah, because he loses 4. So he gets down to 3. So basically he can't really do it again. So at that point, Cresselia is on a timer, which is great. If we can get a Toxic on that thing, even better. And finally, we have Corviknight, who's just here kind of as the defogger. Brave Bird, U-turn, defog Roost, max defense set, a little bit of special defense investment. Mirror armor, just to get rid of Intimidates. So he's here. He's fun. I don't love this team by any means, but it's not the worst thing we've ever constructed. So we'll figure it out as we go along. I'm really anticipating in this match chien-pao, Goodra, Thundurus, Haxorus, probably Cress, and if he's really afraid of Landorus, Frostlass is a possibility. He might want to get down some Toxic Spikes, so he could go for Quillfish. If he wants to get Stealth Rocks, he can bring in Donphan. But I feel confident until the moment we have to take on Cresselia. I also do have, I believe I have Whirlwind. Am I correct on that? On Tinglu, I said that right? Yeah, I have Whirlwind. So in case Crest tries to start setting up, we can just get him out of there and say, no, none of that. We are Terra Ground on Tinglu as well. So if you guys are excited, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. And let's hop into the battle against Armania and the New York Jirachis. I will also say right now, before we get the battle gets going, that we will be starting a new series on the channel this coming week. Probably a Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload. We're getting back to some regular uploads. Hoping that I can get a bunch recorded at some point. So you'll see it on Monday. First one's already been recorded and edited, so you'll see it Monday. Don't you worry. Alright, we are hopping in here, and we're seeing a lot of things I wasn't necessarily anticipating. So, it's interesting. I'm going to write these things down on my side over here. Chien-pao, Tauros, Blaze. Interesting. Alomomola, Thundurus. So that's great. So no Donphan. This is a full stall team I'm anticipating. And Cresselia. Alright. GLHF, we'll come with that. Alright. Cool. So, how do we want to start this game? Well, I didn't bring rocks this week. And he didn't bring his spinner. But he did bring he did definitely bring Toxic Spikes. I think that a little fruit fly in my room. I can probably, oh my goodness, it just bounced off my forehead. I can probably just lead with I don't want to go Tinglu too early. I think I can just pretty safely go Corviknight here. No, maybe not Corv. Because I don't know how I deal with I think he's going to try and lead with Quillfish. In which case, if he's leading Quillfish, I'm going to be swatting at this all game. If he's Quillfish, then, I mean, Giga Drain does a decent amount. That doesn't really do anything. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Psycho Cut does a decent amount. I don't want to tell him that I'm Scarf, though. Let's go Amoonguss. Let's start Amoonguss. He's gonna start Thundurus, which isn't great, but he doesn't really get great. Oh, he didn't bring Goodra actually, so we're pretty clear to just start clicking Toxics, except for Quillfish. Alright, what does this thing want to do? So Thundurus into Amoonguss doesn't really have a great play. We can kind of just go for Sludge Bomb into whatever. Let me pull up, see what moves he learns. So he probably learns a bunch of like fire moves, right? No, he learns none. Oh, did we kind of like wall hit? Unless he has Zen Headbutt specifically. Got him. Sorry about that noise. We're gonna go for Sludge Bomb. He turns out he's probably gonna go into Quillfish. This is probably a waste of a move. Oh, he went into Tauros. Interesting. So he hit him for Sludge Bomb. We don't get the poison. That's fine. Alright. Who wants to take a thing from... That's it. Yeah, so he wanted to go into this thing. I'm anticipating he probably wants to go for a fire move. If he's attacker, Raging Bull does a lot to me. If I go Arcanine, Stone Edge, he might go Stone Edge. I don't know why he would. Azumarill kind of walls him, and it definitely scares him out too. But I need to make sure I reserve all my HP on Azumarill. I think it's a safe play. I think going into him is a safe play here. He missed the Willow. That's huge. Okay. He's gonna outspeed, and if he hits Liquidation, or if I hit Liquidation, he dies, obviously. If he goes for Willow again, that's gonna suck. So maybe I go Arcanine here, just to see if I can bait another one. What does Arcanine take into this thing? Close combat does a lot. I don't really hit him for much damage, so going to Arcanine is kind of a throw. If I get burned, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna go for it. He went to Quillfish. That's fine. That's fine. Take a little bit. It's a balloon. Happy birthday. I get it. Oh, I forgot to name all my dudes. That stinks. Azu into Quillfish. I don't hit him for much. Tinglu does 30. Earthquake hits him for 60 back. If I go into Corv right now, Corv's pretty safe. If he sets up, I can just get it away. Yep, there's spikes. I can get him away. Hit him for Brave Bird for 30. Is he scared out by this thing? I don't know if he is. Oh, well. Unfortunately, now I have to switch out because a Thunderbolt from this thing 100% kills me. Thunderbolt definitely does 96% to me if he's a standard OU Nasty Plot set. And if he's Wild Bolt, I definitely die. I think I can pretty safely go into Tinglu. Tinglu feels very safe here. And I probably just want... No, well... What did he go for before? He just swapped out turn 1. He went for U-turn. Mungus is back and full. So we're at full health right now, by the way. If he goes for U-turn again, then Tinglu's going to take a decent amount of damage from that. I know he's... So he's not an OU Nasty Plot set, which is interesting. Thunderous. Oh, he's a UU pivot set probably. Oh no, it's because he would have Volt Switch that way. No, I'm just gonna go into Tinglu. I'm gonna go into Tinglu. He's gonna go for like Thunderbolt probably, if I had to guess. Oh, he U-turns out. Interesting. Well, I think on this turn I have to just unless he goes Chien-pao right now, which would be fascinating. If he goes Chien-pao, I think I probably go into Arcanine because I can scare him out. If I get into, I have to keep everybody healthy for Cress. I don't know who he wants to go into. I think he really wants to go into Chien-pao here. Let me check out. Yep, here's Chien-pao. Chien-pao's going to do 66 to me with Icicle Crash. He's Toxic Orb? Wait, is he a Toxic Orb Facade set? He's Toxic Orb. Does he learn Facade? He does get Facade. Okay, so he's definitely got Facade. There's no other reason to run Toxic Orb other than to have Facade. Okay. I guess that also keeps him from getting burned, which is interesting. If he's poisoned, then... I mean, he's not Life Orb, he's Toxic Orb. Ice Spinner doesn't do too much. Icicle Crash probably does a lot more. Ice Will Crash does 66. Earthquake does 55 back. I don't really want to take a lot of anything from this thing, so I'm just gonna go into Arcanine. Unless, yeah, I'm gonna go into Arcanine. Going into Arcanine. Arcanine pretty much walls this dude, except for Crunch. Crunch takes 50 from it probably. He's a max attack, max speed, like I'm anticipating him being. Here comes Arcanine. Take a little bit, so he knows I'm not boost, but now he's intimidated. Swords Dance is going to kind of counteract it a little bit. Well, this kind of sucks. Okay, actually, hold on, because I know that I'm faster, and I know that Sacred Sword kills. So if I were to die right here, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Close combat's definitely my best option. If he's at +1 attack, he still can't kill me with almost anything. Actually, I should check what Facade does. He's Swords Dance, Facade. Facade will do 87 to me. That's fine. Aloma. Fascinating that he went for this. He went for the Swords Dance, and then swapped out. I mean, he was scared by me, obviously. What does Gallade take? I'm gonna anticipate this being Wish Fish. Is anything down a lot yet? A lot of things are chipped, but nothing's really hit. So, Lomomola, I mean, Sacred Sword doesn't do anything. And then I kind of lock myself into Sacred Sword. He can very, very safely go into something else. Alright, how do I want to deal with the Lomomola? Giga Drain does 58. It's not bad. Whirlpool, Chilling Water don't do anything. This is fine. We can do this. He's gonna Wish. Who's coming back in here? Probably Tauros. I'm gonna Toxic. Yep, Tauros. Nice. We get a Toxic off. That's sweet. Nice. But he's at full again. Oh my god. He's at full, but that's fine. That's fine. We can deal with that. Now, last time this thing was in, it went for what? Went for Willow. He wants Azumu. He wants Azumu to come in for a Willow. So if I go into Arcanine, I can't be burned because I'm a fire type. If he goes for a physical move, he takes Rocky Helmet. I think this is pretty safe. We can do this. Drop his attack. Goes for Earthquake. That is a decent amount. Not a crazy amount, but enough that it's like, you know? Play Rough. That's into a Lomomola. Tauros, which we know is probably the util attacker, maybe. Play Rough do 27. I don't think he's scared of this, considering how much that just did. That did 29. I probably should have gone to Ting Lu there, for being honest. But I dropped his attack, so that's fine. Actually, okay. Who does he want to go into right now? Probably a Lomomola or Quillfish. In which case, I have to always account for how much it could do. Flare Blitz, E-Speed do about the same, and into a Lomomola do even less. Play Rough's a pretty safe bet. If this thing comes in, that's a terrible play by him. So that's never coming in. If he stays in and goes for another Earthquake, then I really do think what he wants me to do is let this thing go down so that he can bring in whatever he wants, or so he can burn whatever he wants. Tauros. Okay, Psycho Cut does kill. almost every variant of this thing. So let's go into Tinglu. Let's go into Tinglu. I don't know what he's going to go for, but let's go for it. He goes into Alomomola. This is not preferable. I don't think we're ever going to attack each other. Do I want to go into Azu again? What does this thing realistically do to an Azumarill? But what do I do back is the problem. Alomomola, it's Wish Fish. We can pretty safely anticipate it being Wish Fish. Versus Azumarill. Play Rough does 33, which isn't horrible, but he can kind of just wish that off. So I don't love that. If I get into Amoonguss, I can do Giga Drains for 50%. This thing has Regenerator, which is annoying as hell. We're going into Amoonguss. He's wishing again. Who does we want to wish up now? Probably... I think he's going to go into Thundurus. That's my read. And who do I want in against Thundurus? But Tinglu. He's going to... Oh, he didn't wish. Oh, he baton passed. That's smart. Yeah, that's smart. He gets to go into chien-pao now. Oh, that sucks. He was already pretty much at full. Okay, I kind of need Arcanine to die so I can get Gallade in safely. Hold on. Tinglu's here. Tinglu's like one of my main ways that I beat Cress, so I need it to stay alive. Chien-pao, let's assume it's all-out attacker, but it's instead of a heavy-duty boots, it's a Toxic Orb. And it's badly poisoned, and it's probably got Facade because there's no other reason for it not to. If it goes for Icicle Crash, that's 66%, so that kills. Or it's about 66%, so he'd be super, super low. Meanwhile, Earthquake only does 55, and he can just wish that back away. If I Terra Ground, it does way more, so I have to stay as a part Dark type. Wait, no. Yeah, if I... Okay, well, if he has Sacred Sword, that's an issue for me. But we know he has Sword Stance, right? Yeah, he has Sword Stance. So he can't have Crunch, Icicle Crash, and Sacred Sword. I bet he probably has Sacred Sword, and that's what he wants to go for here. So I'm going to go Azu. No, I'm not going to go Azu. I'm going to go Arcanine. Arcanine. Drop his attack again. Goes for another Sword Dance. He's hurt by that. What realistically wants to come in on a Flare Blitz? Probably not many things. Facade kills. Alright, well, Rocky Helmet, great. Toxic, great. Now we get to go into Gallade. And if he thinks he's faster, Sacred Sword kills. He should be seeing a kill right now in his mind. And Gallade should be able to pick up this kill. As long as it doesn't switch. Which he might. He might switch. But he should see a kill. But I should be faster. Because he's up to 405. And we know that he is not Scarf. So we are guaranteed to move first on this turn. He goes Cresselia. That sucks. Alright, well then how much does Core... Oh my god, this game's gonna last forever. U-turn doesn't really do anything. I don't know what Core Cresselia has. This is the first time we've seen him. I'm assuming it has Moonblast though. I wish if I wasn't Scarfed, I would knock off right now. And he must know that. He must think... so if I swap right now, he's going to think I'm choiced. And he'll probably be able to discern because of just how much that did that was Scarf. But I think I can... he might have Thunderbolt. He could have Ice Beam. So... let's go Ting Lu. Yeah, let's go to... what does he want to go for right now? Probably a Moonblast, right? Probably Moonblast. Or he wants to set up or he's setting up a Calm Mind. Yeah. Alright, I should have gone Ting Lu then. That really sucks. Okay, we have to U-turn into Ting Lu, and we have to get rid of it. We have to whirlwind it away. He might think I have Whirlwind right now. So maybe he's going to try and go for an attack first. This battle's not going well. We've been doing this for almost 20 minutes at this point. We're on turn 19 of this battle, and it's still a 6-5 game him. Losing Arcanine sucks. Arcanine did not do anything that I wanted it to do, but it was kind of just here just to be here, right? So on this upcoming turn, I'm going to U-turn into this thing. He's going to do that. We get to go into Ting Lu, and we get to get rid of this thing. I should have defogged actually to get rid of the spikes. That was a misplay. But we're gonna Whirlwind, and we're just gonna get him out of here because I don't want him to be here anymore. I don't know why he went for Moonlight at 85% health. I thought I killed you. All right, get rid of Alomomola. Chien-Pao's here. That's the worst possible option. That sucks. Now I don't have a great thing to bring in against this thing later. There's so much bulk on this team. It's all physical bulk. It's smart. It's a smart build because I'm a physical team. I have to keep this alive. So I think we can probably sack Amoonguss. Yeah, we can sack Amoonguss here. I don't know what he wanted to do with Alomomola, but he did it. Alomomola's here. Oh, okay. Actually, hold on. If he wants to wish right now, we can play this game. Oh. Fascinating. He's already toxic. I have to keep him alive so that I can take down Alomomola later, so I have to go into Ting Lu again. I'm gonna get Willowed, which sucks for sure. So now that I'm this, payback does so little now. Alright, I don't know, this is not looking good for us. Versus Tauros. Burn does 40. What if I Terra Ground? If I Terra Ground, Earthquake does a lot even when I'm burned. That's pathetic. That is pathetic. He's playing this great. He's playing this fantastically. There's not much more he can do. He's... What? What set is he? I'm burned. That should have done 12. He must have an item that I'm not thinking of. I think he's gonna wish right here. I'm gonna go into. I mean, how do I beat this thing? Amoonguss, Arcanine's gone. Azu doesn't really do anything. Corv doesn't really do anything. Gallade doesn't really do a ton, and Tinglu's hurt. So it's Amoonguss. I live and die by Amoonguss in this battle. Why does Wish have 16 PP? That is absurd. Alright, who's it going into? It's going to be this thing. How much does the Stomping Tantrum do into Chien-pao normally? Stomping Tantrum does 22. He's going to take that right now. Okay. On this turn, we go into Gallade. Because he's going to U-turn. He's going to Baton Pass. That's what I meant. Now he gets to choose what he wants to come in. So what does he want across from Gallade? And we can put ourselves in against that. If it's Cresselia, that's awesome actually, because we can just knock off. We've Gallade in. Cress. Cool. Knockoff does a lot. We know that he has Calm Mind and Moonlight. We go for knockoff and hit him for 38. If he has Covert Cloak, I don't know if that interacts correctly. Hold on, if he's Psychic, actually. Nope, not Hidden Power Psychic. If he's Psychic, it does 29. If he's Moonblast, it does 41. I think I have to get rid of this thing's item, whatever it is. Colberberry. Alright, that's fine. Psyshock. We're really stuck right now. I think he wants to go for another one. So that's fine with me. That was smart. Colberberry anticipating knockoff. That's smart. We cannot lose a 6-0. We can't. It's not in the cards. This is not going well though. I mean, he just brought a. I mean, this thing's gonna come back in with full health again, and I can't hit anything. If I had X Scissor, I would be able to just hit him for X Scissor. How much would X? I had X Scissor on this thing. How much would X Scissor do? 47%. Coming to Tinglu. Ice Beam. That sucks. Burned. That's 14%. And just get rid of these rocks. Next thing that comes in, I have to go to Corviknight. I have to defog. I have to just do it. Payback, but I'm burned. It's gonna do 21%. So I'm gonna go second. That's pathetic. Oh, wow, 5 damage. He's gonna wish. He's gonna wish. Hold on. Do I want to reveal that I have Spite yet? Is he faster than me? He's definitely faster than me. I'm the slowest thing in the game. Spite. Less of those. He's gonna wish. He's gonna go back into probably either Cress or John Jr. Oh, you know what? I know that John Jr. ran this set a few weeks ago on YouTube. I know that he did. I'm pretty sure I saw something about it. Damn, this sucks. Alright, I have to go into Corv. He's gonna Baton Pass into Thunderous. He can just set the rocks back up though. That's what sucks. We haven't seen Quillfish in turns. Many turns. Has this been like the longest match ever? We're 48 minutes in and we're nowhere near the end of this battle. This is gonna be like a 3-hour video. Here comes Thunderous. Thunderous gets wished back up. This sucks. I hate everything. Can't even defog it all away. I have no way of recovering health on Ting Lu. Who's toxic? You two? He goes first, guaranteed. Hits me for Thunderbolt and I die. That's what happens here. And then even if I get the defog off, he just brings Quillfish back in and he gets it right off again. And then everything sucks all over again. He goes into Alomomola. He's gonna wish. I should have gone back into Ting Lu. I should have done it again. I just can't get this thing. Here's Tauros again. I should have anticipated that. If he wishes that thing back up one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to Ting Lu. He's gonna try and wish this again. He's gonna try it again. We're doing it again. We'll do this again. We're gonna trade spites. We're gonna do it. We'll trade spites. Who does he want to go into now? Probably John Jr. or that thing. So I'm gonna anticipate him. He wants Thundurus in right now. Is he gonna baton pass into Thundurus and waste his wish again? I don't think I can come back in just because of the spikes. Here's the Quillfish. Is he gonna set up T-spikes now? That'd be so obnoxious. Okay, this thing's across from me. I'm hitting it with a hammer. I hate this battle. This battle sucks. I'm so pissed about this battle so far that we're on turn 37. We are 51 minutes into my recording. So maybe like minute 30 of this. Did I guess right? That's huge. That's huge. It's just one less thing. It's just one less thing. Quillfish comes back out. He intimidates me twice. That's fine. I go into Corv. Right? I go into Corv and I defog. I go into Corv and I defog. But I know I can't hit Quillfish. I go into Corv and I defog, and that way I can bring in Ting Lu again. And I can go for another spite. I don't think that Alomomola has a attacking move. That's what I honestly think. How much does Brave Bird do to this thing? I might just start Brave Birding. 36? Good enough for me. Wait, I have to keep my composure. I need this thing off the field so I can go for a defog. I don't think he's going to do it with me sitting right here, but he might want to switch out into Alomomola. Yep, here's Alomomola. Get my lefties back. Now we defog. I don't know what he wants to do, but we're going to go for defog. I'm getting rid of these spikes. He's going to wish. He only has 2 of them left, so he's on a timer here. I can go for another Brave Bird. Whatever wants to come in right now is eating a Brave Bird. So you can choose, my dude. Go for it. Or you can just take it with that and to get your 33% back with this thing. Am I faster? No, I am not. His attack is now down. Hold on. Hold on a sec. What moves do we know he has? Will-O-Wisp and Earthquake. Tauros. He is now -1. Brave Bird does 90. I am not scared of this thing. I am not scared. Oh, Brave Bird just doesn't kill because of Wish. But then Toxic does kill. Toxic takes it out. If he goes for a recoil move for some reason. Yeah. Because he's at -1 right now. Okay, if he, so we know he's Willow and Earthquake. Willow, I mean, if he's Raging Bullet, does 40. If he's like a fully defensive set, I do 45 to 52 to him. which I like my odds. You can do this one more time, dude. Go for it. You can use your last one, and then from that point on, this thing is worthless to you. Is he faster than me? He is faster than me, so I can Brave Bird this turn. He can go for Wish. Who's he wishing into? Nothing really. Okay, so I Brave Bird this turn, so I chunk him. And then I get to U-turn. Does Baton Pass have negative priority? Baton Pass, I don't think it has negative priority. Yeah, oh, it has 0 priority, which I don't think means it does anything. He's going for Wish. He's going to use his last Wish right now. Okay, that's fine. He can do that. He's going to go for an electric move. I pretty much can guarantee that. I don't know what he is, because I've only seen U-turn from this dude. But Amoonguss only takes 20, and I like my odds on that. So we're going to Amoonguss. If he's going to double, he has no more... He shouldn't have any more wishes. Oh, he has Nasty Plot. That was the wrong play. That was the wrong play. He can go for another one. Oh, that does some damage. He can go for another Sludge Bomb. He Terra Flying. Terra Blast. Yep, that's smart. Okay, what was it that took him out? He's Terra Flying. Psycho Cut does a lot. I don't have Ice Spinner anymore because I took that off. My notes are old. He's faster than my whole team. This might be a sweep, which I would welcome at this point. We've been doing this for far too long. So Amoonguss is gone. Thundurus is Terra Flying. He's at +2. At this point, so Amoonguss is gone. I can bring in Gallade. I can outspeed, and I can hit him for 74 to 82 with Psycho Cut. That's what we're doing. Nothing on his team really wants to take a Psycho Cut, except for Cress. Oh, we know his entire moveset. He's Calm Mind, Moonlight, Psyshock, Ice Beam, which is not bad. So he doesn't have a, he can Moonlight himself back up. That sucks. So we can go Azu here. Moonlight. I'm surprised he swapped out. Actually, I thought that was gonna be a sweep for sure. He can go for Calm Minds, and I can just keep play roughing for 33. Oh, or he can do that. I missed the play rough. He wants his spikes back up. Quillfish takes 24, 32, 95. And if I'm burned, 32. How much does liquidation do? 23? Not enough. Let's go Corv. He's gonna try to set up spikes again. Poison Jab. Never mind, he's immune. Ha. Brave Bird. We just go for Brave Bird. Nothing here really wants to take a Brave Bird. Hello, Momola? Brave Bird. God, I I hate this fish. I hate the fish. Well, how many wishes does he have left? Baton pass, thunderous. I don't have a great answer into this thing anymore. We go into Ting-Lu. He goes for T-Bolt. That's great, actually. Hurt by my burn a little bit, but lefties and burn cancel each other out. I don't know what he's going to go for. U-turn nest. He's probably going to go for Terra Blast right now, which will definitely pick up the kill. I then get the free swap into Gallade, but he just gets to go right back into Lomomola. Let's go for payback just in case. Yeah. Yeah, I think we've lost this battle. This sucks. This was a terrible battle, and I'm pissed about this whole battle because nothing went right. He prepped great. He prepped great. I'll give him that. He prepped great, but I'm pissed about all of this because we're gonna lose a 5-0. Because I don't have a thing anymore that can take this thing out, especially if Gallade goes down. Nope, not Gallade. Thunderous. Let's just call it. I don't care about the set. Terra Flying. It's either Corv. Azu does a lot, but he outspeeds, so he goes for T-Bolt. Or it's Gallade that I bring in. Gallade can do 88, but then he just goes right back into a Lomomola. And gets to do it all over again. The Lomomola is back up to full pretty much. Yeah, I think this is an L. Let's go Gallade. Yeah, this is an L. We've lost. My only option here is go for Psycho Cut. But does he here swap into Cresselia, and can I go for Knockoff? Knockoff only does 50%, so Thunderous kills. I outspeed Thunderous, so I have to take the move that is guaranteed to do me damage. He knows almost my whole set. He doesn't know I have Shadow Sneak. Alright, what does the most to the rest of his team? So, Psycho Cut does the most to Thunderous. Knockoff does the most to Cress. Except he doesn't have an item anymore. So, no item. It's still Knockoff. Alomomola, Sacred Sword. Quillfish, Psycho Cut. Quillfish almost dies to Psycho Cut. What's Toro's even at? He's at 94. Jesus Christ, this battle sucks. I hate this. I'm going for Psycho Cut. I don't care. Choice in. How many wishes does this dude have still? I didn't have anything to set. I didn't have a way to set up. That was my flaw in this battle. I didn't have a way to set up. This battle's been horrible. I hate everything. I've been recording for 1 hour and 3 minutes. We've been doing this battle for 40 minutes at this point, and I just want it to end. I hate everything about this. I hate this team, dude. You prepped great. You're super obnoxious for this set, though. I'm not gonna lie. Just play. You win the game, dude. Just play. Just play. You win the game. Stop making reads. Just win the game. Just go for whatever move you have. You have Psyshock. Just pick your move. You're gonna go into Lomomola again. Oh my god, this is so obnoxious, dude. It's gonna Brave Bird. It's gonna Wish. He still has 1 wish left. He's gonna go back into... What's it gonna be? He might just stay in here. He gets to go into Thunderous for free. So I go into Gallade. He gets to go back into Crest because he's baton passing. It's a waste of a turn for everybody. The wish came true. Moonblast is 41. Just finish the battle, dude. Just finish the battle. What can he possibly be calking? What can he possibly be calking? There's nothing to calc. I'm not allowed to quit. There's nothing for him to calc. I'm gonna go for no, I'm gonna go for knockoff. He's wasting time at this point. Stop. This is absurd. We're on turn 59. It's a 5-0. And I'm not allowed to forfeit. That's all I can do. He goes into Thunderous. He gets to waste my turn. If he goes for Moonlight right now, I'm calling the commissioner. Just go into Thunderous and win the game. All you have to do. Just go into Thunderous, fire off 2 Thunderbolts, and you win this game. I told you I didn't like this set. I told you I didn't like my matchup this week. I swear to Christ, if you wish one more time. Okay, finish the battle. I don't even want to talk to this dude afterwards. I'm not even GGing him.